Welcome back, guys. This is my favourite top 10 all-time Manchester United players. I hope you enjoy. Number 10, Nemanja Vidic. Serbian centre-back, 5-time league winner with Manchester United. A superb captain. He was great from the minute he came into the club. Just a great leader, vocal, aggressive, brave, just the type of centre-back, a kind of old-fashioned type of centre-back that we're not seeing too much nowadays. And he could also play a bit as well on the ball, but we could really do with someone in the centre-back position right now for Manchester United, so Nemanja Vidic, number 10. Number 9, Gary Neville. For me, the club's best ever right-back, one-man club, stayed with the club his whole career. He won 8 Premier League titles with Manchester United, 3 FA Cups, 2 Champions Leagues, an International Cup, FIFA World Club Cup, and 2 League Cups. But look what happened. As I said, the honours go on for him as well. Best right-back I've ever seen at the club, and probably the best ever right-back for England in my opinion. I think Trent is having a good career so far, but he's very early on, and obviously he's for the rivals, Liverpool, but defensively Neville's on a whole different level compared to Trent, so you have to see how he turns out. But Gary Neville, for me, for right now, best ever right back England's ever had as well. Had a great partnership down the right all those years with Beckham, and I think his crossing was underrated for a right back as well. I thought he got a few assists from his crosses, so a great captain when he took over the armband as well. See you again on the next top 10. As I said, one of the class of 92 members. An absolute legend in Manchester United history and has to be on this list for me. Gary Neville, number 9. Number 8, Wayne Rooney, a 5-time Premiership winner, 1-time Champions League winner, 1-time FA Cup winner. And in terms of someone crashing onto the scene at such a young age, Rooney's one of the best to ever do it. Obviously, he had that debut goal with Everton against Arsenal, where he lobbed it over Seaman, when Arsenal was still at the height of their peak, really. A phenomenon. Such a young age, had his debut for Manchester United against Fenerbahce in the Champions League in a massive game, and he got a hat-trick, like crazy stuff, and he was by far the best player on the pitch at such a young age. So he had the Euros as well, where he performed. Obviously, he went out in the Euros in 2004 with an injury, but before he got the injury, he's probably the tournament's best player easily. Just the flair he had, the confidence for someone at such a young age. And I've heard people talk about him like Rio Ferdinand and the likes that played with him, saying that winning mentality and confidence he had in himself, even at a young age, that's rare. That is rare. So I think that's partly why he got to the heights he did. Obviously, he's managing right now. Not one that I thought would go into management after he stopped playing. But I hope it goes well for him. Wasn't one of my all-time favourite players necessarily, but he has to be on this list for accomplishments, and he definitely made an impact at Manchester United, but just football worldwide as well, so obviously, and for England. So Wayne Rooney, number 8. Number 7, Dwight Yorke. Signed for Manchester United, and in his debut season was part of the treble-winning side for the FA Cup, the Premier League, and UEFA Champions League. Had a great 1-2 partnership with Andy Cole. Probably the best partnership I've ever seen, to be honest. They just knew where each other were, what they were going to do, and it was awesome to watch. I always preferred him to Cole. I just preferred his style of play. I thought he was a bit more athletic and just a bit more of a baller than Cole was. But that's not taking anything away from Cole. But I love the partnership nonetheless. Finished the season as top league goal scorer and contributed 18 goals, some against Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Inter and Juventus in the Champions League, and he won the Premier League Player of the Season as well. And he was a regular member of the 1999 treble-winning team. So just an awesome player, man. One that I miss thoroughly watching, just how he played. As I said, he had a bit of flair about him and very athletic, very fast. Just a baller. So, Dwight Yorke, number 7. Number 6, Ryan Giggs, a 13-time Premier League winner, 2-time Champions League winner, 4-time FA Cup winner, 4-time Carling Cup winner. The list goes on with the honours with him as well. Natural left-footed, one-man club his whole career, and he's one of the few players that I wish was English that would have been in the England team over the years, because that's always a place we've been missing, I think, since Steve McManaman. And I think Giggs would have probably done an even better job than him, but he did play for England schoolboys, but obviously made the option and chose Wales. First player in history to win consecutive PFA Young Player of the Year awards in 1992 and 1993. He was the only player in each of the first 22 seasons of the Premier League. 23-year playing career at Manchester United, debut in 1991 and retired in 2014. An amazing career. The medals, the trophies are countless. Just an exceptional player and a club legend, and he's one of the 28 players to have made over 1,000 career appearances. So he's done some special things in the game, and one that is always going to be a legend, especially in the Premier League, in the early years of the Premier League era and when it first come about. So Ryan Giggs has to make this list at number 6. Number 5, Peter Schmeichel, the best goalkeeper the Premier League has ever seen in my opinion. Made the goal look very small. Strikers hated going one-on-one with him because of that ability. He also played a lot of handball growing up as a kid, and I think that helped him a lot in closing down angles, like I said. I think that definitely played a huge part in his career and being as good as a goalkeeper as any that I've ever seen. That skill set is different to what a lot of goalkeepers come from in their background, so I think that's got a vital part to play in it. Captain the United 1999 Champions League winning team on that night. Obviously Roy Keane missed out, but captained that side on the night. Remarkable comeback in that game. He won the 1992 European Championships with Denmark. He had 22 clean sheets in the 1992-1993 season, which helped United win the Premier League Championship. It was the first time the club had won the top trophy in 26 years. A one-time European Championship winner, 5-time Premiership winner, a one-time Champions League winner, and a 3-time FA Cup winner, plus several other medals, championships, honours. Number 4, Paul Scholes, 11-time Premiership winner, 2-time Champions League winner, 4-time FA Cup winner, 3-time Carling Cup winner, and the list goes on with his honours. High praise from countless players over their careers. One, Xavi from Spain, said that he was the best midfielder he'd seen to the previous, I think it was 15 to 20 years. High praise from high-quality players. Xavi is a World Cup winner, which Scholes never achieved, but he still got that respect for him and said that he's one of the best midfielders. If that doesn't speak volumes about Paul Scholes, I don't know what does. And he's not the only one to speak highly of Paul Scholes. A great midfielder, a box-to-box type, great engine in him. Wasn't a great tackler, but he could come up with the goals, he could score, he could assist. He had the ability, just sheer talent that you can't teach. England, I think, are missing out this sort of player. We're getting some good players coming through, but Paul Scholes wasn't used properly with England. He was played out on the wing a lot, and he should have been more central. Zinedine Zidane said that he's the most complete midfielder and his hardest ever opponent he's ever come up against. And Thierry Henry said that he's the greatest Premier League player of all time. And a lot of people consider Thierry Henry the greatest ever in the Premiership, and I do myself, even though I'm a Manchester United fan. So it's high praise, as I said, from high-quality players and high-calibre players. He's done a lot in his career, Scholes. Come out of retirement at one point as well. And just a servant of the club. He loved it, and now he's involved in the club still. So, look, a great midfielder, and one that it's going to take a while for us to see another one of his level. If we do, we may not be that lucky again. So Paul Scholes has to make this list, and he makes it in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, Captain Fantastic, Roy Keane. Signed by Brian Clough for Nottingham Forest, then would go on to get signed by Alex Ferguson at Manchester United, and the rest is history. It's a shame what happened with him and Ferguson at the end, but whilst they were together, he was his general on the pitch. And I don't think the Premier League has ever seen a captain like Roy Keane and hasn't since, so he has to be on this list, and he's got major honours and trophies as well. 7-time Premier League winner, 1-time Champions League winner, 4-time FA Cup winner. And he's a captain that United really could be doing with nowadays as well. Look, Harry Maguire is not it for me, but we've struggled to replace Roy Keane ever since he left as captain all them years ago. So Roy Keane, best captain the Premier League's ever seen, and definitely at Manchester United. So Roy Keane has to make this list at number 3. Number 2, David Beckham. 6-time Premier League winner, 1-time Champions League winner, 2-time FA Cup winner. He changed the game on a global scale in terms of just marketing yourself outside of the sport as well. But for me, and for England as well, not just United, but he's one of my favourite players ever to play the game in the world. Like, not just because he was English, but his style, his delivery from set pieces, his passing ability, his free kicks. Just monumental moments in football that you can have, like the free kick against Colombia in France '98. You've got all the drama that went along with that as well, and against Argentina and the Simeone. But you've also got the last-minute free kick against Greece to qualify. Just monumental moments in football history that he stepped up and he was clutch, as I like to put it. So, massive player in massive moments. And I think we've kind of struggled to, a bit like with Roy Keane, replace him, especially with England, in the captaincy role. So, David Beckham, I think, easily in top 5 of my all-time world footballers, and he's one that I sorely miss playing. Just the set pieces alone, but his passing ability, and he definitely led by example. Wasn't the most vocal as a captain, but led by performance levels. And he was one of the fittest players I've ever seen as well, just up and down the pitch, and great player, and one I sorely miss. And I think he has to be this low down on the list for me, because he's the one that I kind of miss playing the most for United, other than the next guy we'll talk about. But David Beckham, number 2. Number 1, Cristiano Ronaldo. In 2003, Sporting Lisbon played Manchester United, and Ronaldo played. And after the game, the Manchester United players urged Ferguson to get him signed. He was already interested in him, but the players were begging him to sign him basically on the spot after that performance against them. And that's the first time I've ever heard that, of players wanting a player signed that have just played against him. You're loyal to your teammates usually, and they were still loyal, but they wanted that talent in their squad because they knew that he would up their levels and just bring something to the team. And he was at such a young age at that point. He paid £12.24 million, and that was a bargain at the time. And Ferguson quoted as saying he's one of the best young talents I've ever seen. When he first got to United, he was a scrawny teenager. Players were complaining that he was holding on to the ball too long. He was a bit of a fancy Dan, and he wasn't a team player. And it didn't take him long to change that around and up his game. He put the muscle on, he bulked up, he started bringing his teammates into play. He had that work rate in training. He was the first there, the last one to leave. And you see his development over those few years at United and to the player that he eventually became. And now he is considered one of the best to ever do it, if not the best. Won several titles at United and at other clubs. A 1-time Champions League winner with United, a 1-time FA Cup winner, a 3-time Premier League winner, and a 2-time English League Cup winner. Just among a few titles that he had at United, also in his career with other clubs. Took over that number 7 shirt from David Beckham. It's a historical number in the club, the most pressure on a shirt number in that team. It means more in that club than a lot of clubs. You had the likes of George Best, Eric Cantona, Beckham, as I said, and Cristiano come in and took that number and ran with it and did new things and more difficult things, in my opinion, and changed things for that club when he was there. Cristiano Ronaldo, number 1, Manchester United all-time top 10 list. Hope you enjoyed.